Welcome to episode number 16 of this MLB Show 20 Postseason series, and today, well, it's game 3 of the ALCS, Twins versus Astros. It's Jose, well, not Jose Barrios. He pitched in game 2. He wasn't supposed to, that's why it says he's pitching again, but he's actually not pitching again. It's on ASTROS versus Greinke. Winner will play the, you already see it, Braves in the World Series. And if the Twins can hit there, that'll be a rematch in 1991. If the Astros can hit there, well, let me just put it that way, they'll go to the second straight World Series. And third in the last 4 years. As, I mean, they made it to well, they lost to the Twins in the LDS in my second playoff, or my first bracket, they got the World Series, lost. Remember, it was one game then. Blew a 2-run lead and losing. They had 3 in the 9th to lose 9-8. And the Twins actually won the World Series in the second playoff bracket, but I kind of want them to win it again. So it's actually, remember, it's a 5-game series, and they have it starting, I believe, on the 14th. If you go to, no, they have it start on the 17th. I haven't started on the 7th. No, I haven't started on the 14th. It says there's no games, but if you go back, it says it's on the 14th. So that's a malfunction, because it's here, and then they don't basically have the team 1, 2, and 5. I'm not sure what happened to those. But all I know is that we're about to play game 3. Winner will play the Braves in the World Series. The Astros did there. It's their third World Series appearance in the last 4 years. The Twins did there. It's their first pennant since 1991, which they played the Braves, walk-off World Series there. And they played the, not sure they played in 1987. I can't remember. The Cardinals. Yeah, Cardinals. Yeah. So that's kind of hard to read, but I should go back. And that's the full playoff bracket. You can see the Rays won on camera in NCAAs. Twins won 2-1 over the Yankees in the series, obviously. Astros 2-1. Nationals won the wild card game. Braves won 2-1 in the series over the Cardinals, and the Dodgers swept the Nationals. Only sweep in the division series out of all 4 of them. And then the Braves swept the Dodgers, and then so far, and then we're on the winner take all game 3. Winner will play the Braves in the World Series. Here we go. 8:05 Eastern. It's going to be Jake Odorizzi versus Zach Greinke, not Jose Barrios versus Zach Greinke. Here we go. On Sunday, October 11th, 2020. Another game today. Play full day. The Astros are the gold controller, and the Twins are the blue controller. The Astros won game 1, 5-4 in 10 innings, and then the Twins won game 2, 4-3. It was a 9 inning, but it was thanks to a Mitch Garver walk-off home run. So both games, game 1 actually won in walk-off fashion, obviously 5-4 in 10 innings, and the Twins won 4-3 in 9 innings, obviously, but Redmond tied it in the 9th of the home run to the right field, and then Garver walked it off, led off the 9th with a home run to hit the right center field above the out-of-town scoreboard. So yeah, I just had to push that one here. So that's Rosario for the Twins, and that's Greinke. I'm not wearing those earphones. No, wrong controller. Sorry about that. Oh, where? Yeah. Road uniforms for the Twins, home uniforms for the Astros. Minute apart, holds 41 down to 168. Opened in 2000. President broadcast theme style is the show theme. Quick countdown. Retractable roof open. Let's do it. Sorry about that. Clearly Bruce is not starting. And I went the wrong then. It's going to be that Greinke, 90 overall right-handed for the. So basically, righty versus righty, 90 versus 80. Here we go. Greinke's 0-1 with 10.50 ERA, and Odorizzi is the only starter for the Twins to actually have a win or loss. Well, he has a 3 ERA. Barrios is a 2.57 ERA. No ERA for obviously the number 5 starter, which never started. And then they got nothing. Yeah, so here we go. Righty versus righty, 90 versus 80. I'm gonna put straw there. And that's the only, so I don't have to type it around. Well, I mean, it's not like they're facing a lefty or something, and I put straw in there as a righty, and well, yeah, righty for both. But I'm just gonna do that, because I haven't got a hit yet, The only other player that's not a hit is backup pitcher, but Steve potential 65 over. I'm not gonna put him in there. I mean, I put Abila for the Twins, but he's 81. He's B potential at 81 overall, a lot different. And all the other guys already got hit, so. Here we go. I'm the play on first game, as there's the bracket. By the way, game 1, I'm thinking Thursday. And I'll tell you when the other games will be in a second. We are here at Minute Park in Houston, Texas, for the winner-take-all Game 3 of the 2020 ALCS between the Minnesota Twins and the Houston Astros. I said the AL Championship Series. That doesn't sound right. Hi there, everybody. Vinny J here in 342 ATN Man Cave. Welcome to our special postseason. Welcome to our exclusive postseason coverage of baseball here on the show. And here's the clear skies, roofs open. Series recap: Astros won 5-4 over the Twins in Game 1, or the Astros won 5-4 over the Twins in 10 innings in Game 1, and then the Twins won 4-3 over the Astros in 9 innings, but thanks to a Mitch Garver walk-off home run in the right center field without a count scoreboard at Target Field. Lineups and first pitch coming up next. Zach Greinke, 0-1. He one start in postseason, 0-1 with a 7.50 ERA. Got roughed up in Game 1 of the ALDS against the Rays, which they lost 10-2. 6 innings pitched, 10 hits, 1.67 with no walks, no strikeouts. I mean, he gave up. I'm not sure how many runs he gave up, but I mean he bloated his ERA. Well, I mean it's only one start, but Kepler, 118 average, he only has 2 hits. Well, the postseason, and then not sure how many hits he actually had in the series. But here we go. We're on your way from Minute Park in Houston, Texas. Winner plays the Braves in the World Series. That's a ground ball over Greinke, right to Correa behind second. Go to first, off the base, the throw. Pulled Gurry off the base and start the ball game. Correa slapped with the E6. My goodness, that was a horrendous throw. I mean, he had all day, and he just pulled Gurriel off the base. And here comes Polanco, 462 in the postseason. That's a ground ball. Back to Greinke, second one, first, not in time. And Polanco would trade places with Kepler, runner at first, one out. What a play. Greinke, I mean, he won a lot of those loves, and he's like an extra infielder. He had some good like jumping plays, with rounders back to him in Game 7 of the World Series. First on its one with 5 RBIs for Cruz, 381 average, 1 home run, 5 RBIs. The 1 home run came in Game 2 of the ALDS. Here we go. 3-1 hitters count to the Twins DH. That's a ground ball to Gurriel, Correa, back to Gurriel, double play, in and over. No trouble for Zach Greinke. Astros come on the bat. No score. Odorizzi trying to hit his team, or at least it did start. He went 1-0 with a 1-0 average, or one start in the postseason. Got the win in Game 2 of the ALDS. 3 yards, 6 innings, 7 hits, 1.17 whip, no walks, no strikeouts. So 2 consistent as well. Well, obviously the loss in Game 2 of the Green got the loss in Game 1 of the ALDS, and then Odorizzi got the win in Game 2 of the other ALDS. Here we go. Here. That's a foul ball. So Odorizzi got the win in Game 2 of the Twins and Yankees ALDS, and then Green got the loss in the Astros and Rays ALDS. Difference is the Twins didn't start their 5th starter because he has D potential 67 overall. We're at 2-2 count. Swing and miss, strike 3. And Sprinter straight down on a pitch that was below the zone. I'm sorry I didn't see the lineup. They never gave me an option. Here's Altuve. As these two teams play each other in the LCS in the first. That's the ground ball. Chargers, Polanco. 2 down. Here's the turn line for the Houston Astros. George Springer, Jose Altuve, Michael Brantley, Alex Bregman, Yuri Gurriel, Yordan Alvarez, Carlos Correa, Miles Straw, batting 0 in the postseason, and Martin Maldonado, which he has an RBI. It was an RBI ground out or something like that. Turn line for the Twins, which I skipped. Sorry about that. I forgot about Matt Kepler, Jorge Polanco, Nelson Cruz, Josh Donaldson, Eddie Rosario, Mitch Garver, Miguel Sano, Luis Ariz, and Byron Buxton. Here comes Brantley. Got 286 in the postseason, no runs, 1 RBI. That's a ground ball to a tough play for Polanco. Throw to first. Pulled. Sano off the base. And 1 error for both teams, and they were both by a shortstop. And here comes Brendan, that's 2 home runs in the series. And by the way, I said at the end of the video, Darver walked-off homer was his first of the series and the postseason. Well, I think for Bregman, that was his first home run of the series and the postseason. Well, first home run of the series, but second run of the postseason. Down 400 in the postseason, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. 1-on count. That's a ground ball. Throw to Polanco, and then it's over. And the error by Polanco does not come back to haunt the Twins. And the one to score is 0-0. Both teams have no runs on 1 hit, both teams have no runs on no hits, 1 error. And the 1 error was by both shortstops, Correa and Polanco. A little tapper by Maldonado. 1 down. And Donaldson had a go-ahead through-and homer in the. And here's the defense for the Houston Astros. Michael Brantley, George Springer, Miles Straw in the outfield. Yuri Gurriel, Jose Altuve, Carlos Correa, Alex Bregman in the infield, and Martin Maldonado behind the plate. And obviously, that Greinke on the mound. And Rosario had 2 home runs in Game 1. First time Twins had 3 home runs in the postseason. And no one else has more than 1. That's a line drive over the glove and the jumping Alex Bregman. And that's the first hit for either team, and the first hit for the Twins. Not the first base runner. There were the 2 errors by the shortstop. Here comes Garver, who had the walk-off homer in Game 2. That's a ground ball. Second one, first double play. We're throwing in and out the scores. The Twins 0 and the Astros 0. You're watching Game 3 on the show. Here we go. Here's Gurriel, as they're still doing their first hit. I don't want to set that back. Here's Gurriel. Then Brenner in the postseason. That's a ground ball. Back to Odorizzi. 1 down. If the Twins get into the World Series, it'll be a rematch in 1991. Here's the Twins defense. Eddie Rosario, Byron Buxton, Matt Kepler in the outfield. Miguel Sano, Luis Ariz, Jorge Polanco, Josh Johnson in the infield, and Mitch Garver behind the plate, who was the hero in Game 2, and Jose Barrios on the mound. And if the Astros gets the World Series, it's their 3rd World Series appearance in the last 4 years. Here's Yordan Alvarez, who homered, I believe, in Game 1. That's a ground ball against the shooter's pass. He just let the ball go past, Donaldson let the ball go right past him, and Yordan Alvarez is on. Here comes Correa, and that's the first hit for the Astros. Timer, runner at first, one out. That's a line drive, that ball is foul. Could have scored Alvarez from first if it was fair, because it probably would have hit the sidewall. Maybe, probably not though. 1-2 count. That's a ground ball past the diamond. Palanta or Rise, 2 runners on, 2 out, or 2 runners on, 1 out. It should be a runner at first, 2 outs instead of runners at first instead of 1 out. Here comes Miles Straw. Has an RBI in the postseason, but no, doesn't have a hit. That's a fly ball. Shallow. Both runners are about halfway, and the runner at center goes back to second, and the runner at first goes back to first. 2 runners on, 2 outs now. And sorry, I skipped that. Here's Martin Maldonado. Or is it a 14 fastball, cutter, splitter, and a changeup? Or that's a line drive. That's a base hit. But the throw by Kepler is a great one. A one-hop straight to Garber, tying out the first base line. So here comes Sprinter. And by the way, he has a 14 fastball, cutter, splitter, and a curveball. And he struck out the 2-1 count. That's a flying ball. That ball is hit well. Buxton really fast, and he makes the catch. Buxton with he's covered a lot of ground like it's a catch on the warning track. And right center field in front of the Astros bullpen. And the score is 0-0. That was they're probably on a show track if that wasn't the third out of the inning. Good thing I was good, because sometimes I did have the right fielder there. But they put, I mean, that was he started, I mean, that's at least like odds of. There's a thumbnail. Well, obviously, I don't want that. Well, it picks 9-3, but like, maybe like, that would be a cool thumbnail if it picks it. Because there's 3, I only picked 1. I'm gonna keep it. Okay, that would be a cool thumbnail if it is. That was, I was. Here we go. Here's Snell. That's a ground ball, knocked down by Gurriel. Thrown a Greinke, safe at first. And then I'll say that's a base hit. So here comes the Rise. Sits on the Twins of the 263 hours in postseason, no runs, and drove in the Twins' second run in game 2. That's a ground ball, could be 2. Correa, Altuve, Gurriel double play. 2 down. Here comes Buxton. Then it's 429 in the postseason, no home runs, no RBIs. But Greinke has a 4-seam fastball, changeup, slider, curveball, and a 2-seam fastball. 1 count to Buxton. That's a pop-up. Coming over on the ALCS logo. Right to his own catch and found territory on the ALCS logo. And then it's over. 1-2-3. Or 1 hit by the Twins, but he's a race on double play. Middle of 3 to score 0-0. Here's Altuve. If that got down, if Buxton had catched it, that probably would have been a 3-run double or maybe even a 3-run triple. That's a broken bat. The bat almost hit the ball going to a Rise, 1 down. And here comes, you reach on a East hit to error by Polanco with 2-1 count. That's a ground ball to Donaldson. Go to first, 2 down. And then Bredman would ground it out. It was a 4-6 fielder's choice, you would say, something like that. That's a ground ball. That's up the middle. A 2-out single for Bredman. He's 1 for 2. He homered the right field to lead off the top of the 9 to tie the game in game 2. Oh yeah, by the way. So Thursday, game 1 of the World Series, no matter. Friday, game 2, and remember, best of 5. So it's like they do 2-day travel day, and then 2 days, and then obviously, well, game 3, and then game 4 there is 1, and if it goes to game 5, another travel day, and then that's what I'll do. So Thursday, game 1, Friday, game 2, Sunday, game 3, Monday, Thursday, game 4, or Monday game 4 there is one, and then Wednesday, game 5, game 5 there is a game 5. So. Yeah, so that's the plan. That's what's gonna be hopefully. Here we go, here's Duriel, Bruno Harris count. That's a ground ball pass! Polanco, and that's 2 straight 2-out singles, and here comes, I believe, Correa, or Dior Alvarez. 2 runners on, 2 outs, he singled, Astros first hit in the second, swing and a miss. I forgot, man, to the umpires. 1-2 count, that's a the middle base hit! Throw home is not in time. That was close. And the runner at first goes to third, and the Astros take the first lead of game 3. Here comes Correa, 4 for 10 with 4 singles, 2 RBIs in the series, 1 for 1 in the series, or 1 for 1 in the game. And they're not going to show the umpire, sorry, because I think it's a little too late. But obviously, oh yeah, 73 is clear, wind 6 miles per hour blowing in from left field, behind the plate, Eric Summers Jail, at first base Freddie Ferguson, and behind the plate Eric Summers Jail, first base Freddie Ferguson, center base Joe McDonald, and third base Carl Dixon. So for I think game 2, it was that hand crew, but they went the wrong way. Or they think they did 2 games, they actually didn't. But here we go. This is a huge pitch for huge out the ditch or Odorizzi. That's a little tapper. It's an O, and he's just gonna tag him. And then it's over. Well, just in the, I mean, if run scored before that, would have counted if he tagged him after the run scored, but that didn't happen. And the 3 to score is 1-0 Astros. That was still a good throw by Buxton. I mean, if it was anyone slower. Here comes Kepler, is really struggling. Batted 111 in the postseason. He has only 2 hits. He went, and then he's open. That's a line drive. But caught by Brantley. I'm not sure. He has 2 hits. I think both of them were in the last series. He had the go-ahead RBI single in the 10th inning of game 3. I think he's over in the series, and he only has 2 hits in the postseason. 1-1 count. That's a ground ball against the shift. Redmond got him. What a stretch by Gurriel. Here's the top pitch speed to Emerson, 93 miles per hour for Jake Odorizzi and 90 miles per hour for Zach Greinke. This guy has 4 for 10, or 3 singles, a double, and I believe that's a 2 RBIs. The first RBI was in game 1, 2-1 count. That's a line drive past the diving Gurriel, and that's 9 runs on base. But really, I mean, you can't really score from first. Cruz is on somehow. Someone dives and it goes all the way to the wall or something. 3-1 hitters count, and that is low ball 4. Just low by a hair. That was low though. And here comes Rosario, 5 for 545 in the postseason, 3 home runs, 5 RBIs, and he has 2 home runs in the series, both in game 1. 1-2 count, Tyner at center base. That's a ground ball to Bredman. And he missed the tag at Cruz, but got the throw to first in time. And the Twins trying to pair. Middle of 4, the score remains 1-0 Houston. We're back to Houston, or we're back in Houston. Let's go on the field and check in with Tiny Watney. Dusty Baker. That's the manager for the Astros. Thank you, Heidi. Here we go. Here's Straw. 8-9-1 do it for the Astros in the bottom of the 4th, trying to extend their lead. He's got 91 speed. That's a fly ball going over. It's Kepler. One down. Here comes Martin Maldonado, who single in the second, and then at the top of the order, sprinter. I mean, flew out to the warning track in front of the Astros bullpen in right center field. That's a little tap for Bath Odorizzi. Our team all in all at 6 speed, down by a lot, 2 down. Now top of the order, no runners on 2 outs. 0 for 2, 1 for 6 with a single and RBI in the series. 0 for 2 in the game with a strikeout and a really deep fly ball out. Or 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out. The ground ball. That is past the diamond. Sano and then past the standing up Arise, and that's a 2-out single. 1 for 3 in the game and 2 for 7 in the series. Here comes Altuve. 0 for 2, 2 ground outs. That's a ground ball to Polanco. Throws it to Arise and it's over. And the Forest scores. The Astros 1 and the Twins 0. We're back in Houston. Let's come on the field again and check in with how you want me. Roger Baldelli. That's the Twins manager. Good stuff, how you think? By the way, if the Twins can hit the World Series, that means in the LDS the team right now 1-0, which is not a big deficit because it's only best of 3, and they would have done that in the LCS as well if they obviously can win this game and go to the World Series to play the Braves. Swing and miss. Winner of this game will play the Braves in the World Series. That will start on Wednesday. That's a fly ball going over his sprinter. And he makes the catch one down. And I believe that whoever wins this game will go to the World Series to play the Braves, and I believe they should have home field advantage because the Braves only had 97 wins. Twins at 101 and the Astros at 107, and they had the best record in the AL and the Hall of Majors at the foul ball. Dodgers had the best, had 106 wins, so they're only a game behind the Astros for the best record in the majors. Swing and a miss. On the slider, on an outside slider, and there's 2 down. Arise, 2 break with 2 singles and RBI. I'm not sure what he's at. But here we go, 1 on count. That's a ground ball, and Correa throw to first. Blow picked by Gurriel. Halfway home halfway home. The score is the Astros 1 and the Twins 0. 3-4-5 to up for the Astros in the bottom of the 5th as we're at the past the halfway line. He's 0 for 2 in the game. As other is 65th pitch coming through 4 innings. That's a ground ball, and then it's past the diamond Polanco. 8th hit for the Astros. Twins only have 3, and they only have 5 base runners. 3 hits, an error. He sits, and here comes Brendan, who throws the only run for Houston. As the ground could be 2, Polanco, Arise, Sano double play, 6-4-3 double play, and there's 2 down. And the Twins came out down 1-0 in the 9th inning in Game 3 of the ALDS, and then obviously actually took the lead, and then with 2 strikes, Luke Boyd with an RBI single to tie the game. Twins got 2 in the 10th, and then gave up 1 in the bottom of the 10th, but won 4-3 over the Yankees in 10 innings. That's a fly ball. Fairly deep right center field, but it is caught by Buxton and it's over. We're through 5 here in Houston. The score remains 1-0 Houston. 9-1-2 due up for the Twins in the top of the 6th. 12 more outs to work with, down by 1. 1 on count. That's a fly ball. That ball is hit well. Retreating is strong. Mike Goodell catching right field. 1 down. Here comes Kepler, 0 for 2 with a fly on, reach on there. 0 for 6 in the series, and he only has 2 hits in the entire postseason. Well, he didn't play in Game 1, that's why he's only 0 for 6. It's a ground ball. Brendan Fields throws in time. 0 for 3 in the game, 0 for 7 in the series. So an 0 for 4 in Game 2, or didn't play in Game 1, 0 for 4 in Game 2, and now 0 for 3 so far here in Game 3. 0 for 2 as well as for Polanco. No runners on 2 outs. 1 on count. That's a ground ball. And then it's past Brendan. He overran it. And then it's a single, and he now 1 for 3. Polanco is. Time run on base for Nelson Cruz. He's played every postseason game. 5 for 11 in the series. That's a fly ball. That ball is hit well. right towards the warning track, sprinter back, right to just out catch on the warning track in front of the Astros bullpen. 1 through 5.5 score remains, 1-0 Astros. That was the same hit as sprinters, but here comes Alvarez, who's 2 for 2 in the game. Odorizzi 5 innings, 73 pitches, 1 run, which was earned. That's a ground ball. Running the shift, a rise, throw it from short at field, 1 down. And Correa 1 for 2 in the game, 4 for 11 in the series with, I believe, 4 singles and 2 RBIs. 1-2 count. That's all Tapper jammed him, and he sits on the bat. So no, that's 3 unassisted, 2 down. That jammed him, and this here's Straw. He has 1 RBI in the postseason, but he's still batting 0 in the postseason. Still looking for his first hit. Anyway, there's Straw. That's a ground ball, and it looks like he's still not on his first hit of the postseason. No, he doesn't. To first by a rise in time. We're through 6. The score remains 1-0 in Houston. Here's Donaldson. We're officially in the bat third of the game. Only one run in the game. 3-1 count. That's a ground ball to Gurriel. Glove flipped the Grandy sits on the bat. Score that 3-1 ground out, 1 down. Here's Rosario, who singled. The Twins have no runs and 4 hits, 1 error, and the Astros have 1 run, 8 hits, 1 error. So they have, only 4 hits. Here comes Rosario has 1 of them. A homer twice in game 1 in the loss. Then it's a fly ball. That ball is too well. That ball is gone. Rosario has tied the game. Rosario with his 3rd home run, 4th home. Eddie Rosario with a solo homer off the wall above the archways in left center field. 407, his 3rd home run of the series, 4th home run of the postseason, 407 feet, and I believe it says 103 miles per hour off the bat. So 407 feet. I believe 103. Well, yeah, we'll see. Or we don't see it if we can see the. Doesn't really know. But I believe it definitely says 407 feet. But 407 feet. I believe it said 103 miles per hour at the bat. But either way, that's his 3rd home run of the series and 4th home run of the postseason. And we're tied at 1. Here's Garber with the game 2 hero. That's a foul ball. 0 for 2 in the game. He has 1 home run, 2 RBIs in the postseason. His home run was a solo, so he had an RBI some other time. 1-2 count. That's a ground ball. You almost hit that fair if it was over 3 to 5 feet to the left. 1-2 count. That's a ground ball right in the shift. 2-8 is left to second. And no, not in time. I thought he was. And now, yeah, the Astros are up to 20 seconds to challenge a call at first base umpire. Freddie Ferguson. You have 1 challenge available prior to the 7th inning. It's successful. You receive 1 additional challenge. He was out. Oh my goodness, that was a horrendous call. Stop being like Angel Hernandez or Laz Diaz. And the call from the ruling from the first base setup, the Astros dugout is to challenge it. Home plate umpire will put a pair of headphones on. And the first base umpire would go over there, but he won't put a pair of headphones on. I mean, that's he's out by even more than half a step. And here it comes, the headsets come off, and call is out. Call is overturned, and the Astros will get another challenge if they want to use it later in the ball game. Here comes Sano. There's 1 for 2 with a single in the 3rd. 2-1 count. That's a fly ball. That ball is carrying Willie deep. The London is now catch by Straw in right field. And then to a Van solo homer off the brick wall over the above the then to a Van solo homer by Eddie Rosario off the sign above the archway. The score is 1-1. There's Martin Maldonado. That was the 7th stretch, by the way. Odorizzi's introduced in the yellow. Well, not Odorizzi. I have the wrong controller. Yeah, Odorizzi. So they're starting to warm up. Duffy took the loss and they want ALDS. So they're starting to have Duffy in the Twins bullpen. Basically right above. It's under the stand, but basically right, I would say, Rosario's first home run of the series was about right where that home run to tie the game was, and the second home run of game one and second home run of the series was about, I would say, it's basically, you know, the dead center field. It's basically those like club seats, just to the right of the batter's eye. That's a ground ball up the middle. It was it landed like up there. It like landed up like, and then go ahead and runs on base. And no, it landed right about. I mean, it was up there somewhere. Well, if you can, but it was 471 feet. I remember that. It was like up there. It was on those club seats, which used to be. Remember, Taos Hill used to be there. And here comes the pitching coach is coming out. 83 pitches, 24 balls, 59 strikes, 8, and tied up. He's ready to win. That's what they're not. It's weird because it's the top of the order, 1-run count. That's a tapper foul. Go ahead, runs on board, 1-2 down. That's a ground ball, should be 2. It's on a really tough turn. Barron is alive, but Sprinter beats it out. On our first one out. That should be the end of the day for Odorizzi, because now you have Altuve. 3 for 4, 0 for 3 in the game, 3 for 12 in the series, and here comes Rondo Baldelli. And here comes Tyler Duffy, third appearance in the postseason. He's going on. 0 saves, 0 save opportunities, 4 and a third innings, 4.15 ERA, 1 strikeout, no walks, 273 average versus left-handed batters, and no average versus right-handed batters. The runner at first is responsible for Odorizzi, so he could hit the loss possibly. 1-2-3 count, the ground ball, a rise. Polanco, Sano not in time, so officially Odorizzi would hit the no decision. Now Altuve, the runner at first, is responsible for Duffy. They did his loss in day 1 of the ALDS. That's a ground ball, it's a tough play, a rise. Throw to first is low. Or really, in and over. It wasn't really low. It was low, it wasn't pitched. We're through 7, the score is 1-1 in game 3. Here comes 8-9-1 due up for the Twins in the top of the 8th. Greinke's 75th pitch challenge through 7 innings. That's a fly ball. That ball is carrying, but caught by Brantley short of the warning track. 1 down. I mean, here's Buxton. The energy of Greinke's still in the green, and they're starting to warm up Brad Peacock in the Astros bullpen right center field. Top of the order follow, regardless if Buxton is out or not. There's still 2 outs in the inning. That's a ground ball. Charging is Altuve, 2 down. Here comes the top of the order. Greinke 1 out away from going through 8, but the Astros only have 1 run. Here comes Chapler. He's batted 100 as athlete in the postseason, and he's 0 for 3 in the game and 0 for 7 in the series. That's about 0 for 7 in the series, 0 for 3 in the game. His 2 hits, both in the LDS, and he's down 100 in the postseason. Kepler, which obviously has a RBI, was drove in the 3rd run in game 3 in the top. So he finally gets a hit, first hit of the series, and here comes Polanco. Sendo on the 4th. That's a ground ball. That's off of Redmond. Throw to first, not in time, and the go-ahead moves up to second base. And here comes energy. 3 errors count, and now, I mean, here comes the Astros pitching coach. 30 balls, 56 strikes, 86. The only trying. Here we go. It's up to him. 3-1 hitters count, and that is in there on the changeup. A 3-1 changeup. Here we go. Runners will be off on the pitch, so a hit should score the runner from second. That's a line drive up the middle, and okay, I'm not gonna score because I kind of didn't. So the runner at second would have scored anyways. The runner at second would have scored anyways. As here comes Peacock. 3rd appearance in the postseason, no record, no saves, no save opportunities. 3 innings, 6 ERA, no walks, no strikeouts, no walks. 751 average versus left-handed batters, and a 444 average versus right-handed batters. So Here we go. It proves that was only a single, but the runners on the corner, the two runners on are responsible for Green Tea, but Green Tea's in line for the loss. 2-1 count. That's a little tapper. It's only a tough play. And throw to first, done. But the Twins did a run, but they do strand a pair of runners, but they do take the lead. 2-1 Twins after 7.5 innings to play. And Duffy remains in there. They're starting to warm up. Trevor May, a setup man, a righty, and then their closer, Taylor Rogers, a lefty. So lefty warming up, lefty and a righty warming up in the Astros bullpen. That's a ground ball, and that's the start the Astros needed. A base runner, timer at first base, going on time of the plate. Here we go, here's Drury out, and Duffy is a 4-seam basketball slider and an upper curve. 1-2 count. That's a ground ball, it could be 2, and he got him at first. No, sets on the bat for 1 first, throw to first, not in time. Here comes Alvarez. 2 for 3 with 2 singles and an RBI. 1-1 count. That's a foul ball. You know, 1-2 count. Swing and miss, straight 3. Throw down. Not in time. So no straight out, throw out, double play. That is a strikeout though. And here comes Correa. Timer at center base. 2 outs. 2-1 count. That's a fly ball. That ball is hit well. Kepler bat. And he makes the catch like it's zone and remains 2-1. And yeah, sure, timer at center base. Worth the rate, the score remains 2-1 Twins. Twins, trying to get some insurance here. 5-6-7 due up for the Twins in the top of the 9. 2 for 3 in the game. A homer to tie the game early. And then it's on the throw of Brendan. And he is 3 for 4. Infield single for Rosario trying to make that. They at least one more run for insurance. Here's Garver. They're starting to warm up Ryan Presley, a former Twin in the bullpen. But now, I don't know if he can come in the 9th. 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. 1-2 to Garver. 0 for 3 in the game. His last hit was obviously the walk-off homer in game 2. 1-2 count. Swing on a foul ball. 1-2 count. That is a bullet foul. 1-2 count. That's another foul. A good battle between Garver and Peacock and Garver. 1-2 count. That's a pop of a mile high. Maldonado, and he makes the catch in foul territory. 1 down. So Garver, you're on game 2, 0 for 4 in the game. Probably his last at bat, unless somehow the bat around this inning, or it was the ASTROS. Then it's a bullet! Running from first will go all the way to third. Sano will stay at first. Signal for Sano runs in the corners, 1 out. And double plays in order. And it's Luis Arise. Here comes Ryan Presley. Runs in the corners. Center appearance in the postseason, 18 ERA. 500 averages of right-handed batters, or 333 averages of right-handed batters, and a 500 averages left-handed batters. Here we go. 4-seam bounce on sweeping curve and a slider. Double plays in order. That's a ground ball. Could be 2. Second 1. First. Double play. Rise. I think 0 for 3 or 0 for 4. And it's Astros need 1 run the tie, 2 to win the series. Middle of 9, the scores, the Twins 2 and the Astros 1. The Twins have 2 runs on 10 hits, 1 error, and the Astros have 1 run on 10 hits, 1 error. It's 8-9-1. It's Straw, Maldonado, and then Sprinter. So you basically almost have the bottom third of the order. Trevor May is ready and waiting, and here comes Taylor Rogers, a lefty, their closer. 0 for 2 on saves, and 2 third appearances, 2-0 record. 0 for 2 on saves. So both games that he blew a save, he actually got the win. That was in obviously game 2 of the ALCS and also game 3 of the ALDS. 1 count. That's a foul ball. If this guy can get off, he already has 91 speed. 1-2 count. That is a bullet but way to Polanco. And the Twins are 2 outs away from going to the World Series to play the Braves. Rematch in 1991. and that'll be the Twins can hit there. It'll be their first World Series appearance and first AL pennant, and the first time they won the AL pennant since 1991, which they played the Braves. 1-4-3. 1-2 down. That's an all tapper. It's at speed. Orion has to get all the way over there, but he's thrown with a turtle dot in. Anyone else would have been safe. And here comes Sprinter, top of the order, and the Twins are 1 out away from winning the American League pennant for the first time since 1991. 2-1 count. And the Twins are 1 strike away. The Astros got the first run, Twins got the next 2. It's solo homer by Eddie Rosario and RBI single by Nelson Cruz. That's a bullet, and this season stays alive. Tying run at first base. Altuve can win it with a home run, like he did last year, but out of the game tied. Altuve could be the hero. 1-1 count. There goes the tying run, Sprinter. That's a ground ball, past Sano. The tying run's going to third. Not in time. Could have been out if they wasn't cut off, but so 2 strike, 2 out singles. Here comes Brantley. Here comes Brantley as May's not no time, but they don't talk about it. 5 balls, 9 strikes, and the middle infielders come in, and the pitching coach Wes Johnson. I think he's still the pitching coach, and then Mitch Garver. Tyner at third base. Series winning run at first. 3-1 hitter count to Brantley. This is drama. 3-1 count. That's a ground ball. That is in to right left field, and the Astros tie it. 3 straight 2 out singles. At one point around the final strike. My goodness, a single by Sprinter Altuve, and now Brantley, and now Brendan can win it with a hit. Unbelievable turn of events. Rogers is 0 for 3 on saves. 1-2 count. That's a ground ball to Polanco. We are going to extra innings. End of 9. The score is 2-2. We'll take 2-2. Oh my goodness. At one point, the Twins were 1 out away 3 times, and they were 1 strike away. Sprinter single, Altuve single, whatever his name singled, and I was Sprinter single, Altuve single, Sprinter got the third. It was hit and run, and I think it might have been right to a rise. It might have been right to, and then now we're on the 10th inning. I mean, it said he grounded, but where was it? I think it would have been right to a rise. I know. No, it wasn't right to a rise. It was out of the reach of Sano. So, but it might have been cut down by a rise, maybe in like the short right field. I don't know. This is insane. It's 9-1-2 due up for the Twins in the top of the 10th. Here we go, and that's Presley. That's a ground ball to Altuve. 1 down. Top of the order here, Kepler, who singled first hit of the series, and only 3rd hit of the postseason. Here comes Kepler. Has 1 RBI, drove in the go-ahead run in the top of the 10th in game 3 of the ALDS. That's a fly ball, and it's gonna die. And it is shot by Brownlee short of the Warren Shutters. 2 down. Here comes Polanco, which, it was 2-2 count to Sprinter. They got 3 straight 2 out singles, and with Sprinter, they were down on final strike at one point. Here comes Polanco. 2 for 4 in the game, trying to get on base. That's a pop-up, or a fly ball. Brantley, and the Astros can win the series and move on to the World Series to play the Braves if they can score 1 run. Middle of 10 to score is 3-3. I mean 2-2. Here comes Gurriel and they have Trevor May still ready and waiting, and it looks like they're going to stick with Rogers. Oh, that was dangerous. And wait, 1-2 count. That's another foul ball on a slider that was below the zone. So it looks like they're sticking with Rogers, although he's 2-0. His first 2 saves he's blown, he got the win. I don't know if he's trying to do it again. That's a little tapper. It's about a 4-foot tapper. Flips it to Rogers. 1 down. Not a 4-foot tapper, but it was like a Weird 10. Here's Jordan Alvarez. 2 for 4, 2 singles and RBI. One on town. That's a ground ball against the shape right to Donaldson. 2 down. I would be really nervous if this was actually game 7 extra innings. I would be like I want to go away and never come back. If this is real life. One on town. My heart's still pounding right now, although it's not real life. And just on the bat, Sano does. And we're doing the 11th inning in game 3. First 11th inning game for the postseason for the Twins. Because they have 2 extra innings and both only went 10 innings. And the 10 ASTROS 2-2. 2 games were obviously game 3 the LDS and then game 1 of the LCS. Here's Cruz. It's still against Presley. That's a ground ball. And barehanded Altuve. Cruz drove in the go-ahead run in the 8th. Here comes Donaldson. 0 for 3 in the game. One on town. That's a bullet, and the go-ahead run's on base. You might see a pinch runner here because they have 2. Well, and you'd probably not see a pinch runner. I don't say I'm gonna do one, but and really the person has the most. Cave cannot play third base, but we have 2 other people that can. Gonzalez and Andrianza. So I'm going to put Cave, pinch run for Donaldson, and then probably put Gonzalez at third because he's a higher rate, and then Andrianza. So JT will pinch run for Josh Donaldson at first base. 1-1 count. That's a ground ball, should be 2. Second, 1, underhand, flip to Altuve. First, double play, gonna have a tap. End of, or middle of 11, the score remains the Twins 2 and the Astros 2. Cave cannot play third base, so I'll fix that. And here comes May, so, Trevor May has 1 inning, no averages, right-handed batters or left-handed batters, no ERA, no strikeouts, no walks, no hit record, no save opportunities, no save opportunities. So I'm gonna put so they're all, and then also replace Cave at third base. So here we go. 0 for 4 is Maldonado. That ball is hit well in the corner. It's tailing, but it's caught by Kepler like a gazelle in the corner. Oh, that's not Martin. That was Straw. We're still batting 0 in the postseason. As let's see where. I think he caught it. It went in the glove. I'll just say foul terrible, but either way, he caught it. Here comes Martin Maldonado, 1 on count. Swing and a miss. So Rogers is 2-0, 0 for 3 on, or his record's 2-0, he's 0 for 3 on saves, though, which is kind of alarming. 1-2 count. That's a little tapper. He made the second out in the bottom of 11th. 2 down. I mean, if the Twins, at one point, 3 times 1 out away, and also a sprinter down at 1 strike away as well. And he scored the tying run. That's a ground ball, and he singled again. With 2 outs, this time 1-1, and last time 2-2, and the winner runs on base for Altuve, who singled and sprinted all the way to third on a hit and run. Swing and a miss. 2-2 count. That's a fly ball. This should do it for the inning, not the game, obviously. And it is count by Butson. We're doing this 12th inning in game 3. The score is 2-2. You're watching game 3 on the show. We'll be back after these messages from the local station. No messages though. So here's Darver. 6, 7, 8 do it for the Twins in the top of the 12th, and Presley, I think it's the third inning. That's a ground ball. Beagle by Duriel, throws it to Presley, and he wins the race 1 down. Presley, I believe, didn't he come in the 9th? I think he's already gone 3 innings. Here we are. So now, that's a pop-up. If you're the Twins, if this happened up and someone off the game, I would die. 1-2 count. That's a ground ball. Altuve, throw to first, and there's 2 down. No runners on the top of the 12th. So this is, I mean, there's a ride. It's 0 for 4 with a ground out on the 9. That's a ground ball after double play, and then it's off the draw. Correa, and by the time he picks it up, he eventually throws it, but 1 for 5 for a ride, and here comes Buxton. And here comes Joe Smith. First appearance in the postseason. The runner at first is responsible for Presley. Here's Buxton, 0 for 4 as well. That's a foul ball. Like was a ride, not anymore. Center slider forcing fastball. For Smith, the Submariner. Still 1-2. 1-2 down. That's a ground ball. It should end. And Bradman the second, and then over. We're through middle of 12. The score remains at 1-2 in the Astros too. Here we go. Here's Brantley as May remains out there. He's 2 for 5 in the game. That's a ground ball to Polanco. 1 down to start the bottom of 12. Here comes Bradman to score the first run for the Astros. They're signing Tyler Clipper. They got signed via free agency. There's a Cleveland last year. 2-1 count. Swing and miss on a ball that was about didn't even hit it with an oar. 2-2 count. That's another foul ball. He probably did have hit that with an oar if he hit it actually. With the bat. 2-2 count. That's a line drive. That's in the right center field. And then we'll get all the way to the wall. And the series winning run to second base. And the series winner runs on base for Gurriel, and they're on Brennan Clipper. The runner at center is responsible for May. Center appearance in the postseason for Clipper. Change-up, splitter, 2-seam fastball, and a 4-seam fastball. 1-1 count. That's a foul ball. That's a ground ball to Polanco. A good hit by Gurriel, 2 down. And that was a ball that was on a 4-seam fastball on the inside corner. Not to Yordan Alvarez. 2-2 count. That's a foul ball. Series winner run in the form of Alex Bregman at second base. A hit could win the game. 2-2 count. That's a line drive in the center field. And they're going to hold the runner at third base as the throw was all the way up the center field. Here's Correa. 3-2 count. And that is swing and miss on ball 4 in the game. And the game continues. Middle of, and the 12 of score remains 2-2. Here we go. Here's Max Kepler, 1 for 5 in the game. Kepler spikes that one foul. 3-2 count. That's a fly ball. This game could go on for about 10 years, and that ball is caught by Sprinter, 1 down. Here comes Polanco, 2 for 5 with 2 singles. 1-1 count. That's a ground ball off the Smith, throw to first base. Bregman not in time and doing runs on base. Here comes Cruz, who singled earlier, drove in the go-ahead run in the 8th. That's a ground ball at the middle. And now Polanco slams on the brakes and gets out to second base. 2 runners on 1 out for Eddie Rosario. It was supposed to be Josh Donaldson, but it's Marwin Gonzalez as the pinch ran for Ortega as the defensive replacement. Gonzalez ground ball could be 2. And the throw is Donovan. And that ball is into the dugout! And the Twins have taken the lead! My goodness! The Twins got the break of the series as that throw by Correa sailed, and that's the second error of the game. It's sailed on the camera well. The runner that was at second, which was Polanco, who scored. So it forced its fielder's choice an error, and now Gonzalez at second base, and now, oh my goodness, the Twins have taken the lead. And it's not Sergio Romo not to save in Game 3 of the ALDS. 1 count. That's a ground ball to a tough play for Correa. Low throw pitch by Gurriel. After the 1 on the tie, 2 on the series. Middle of 13, the score is the Twins 3 and the Astros 2. Here we go. And it's the same 3. It's Miles Straw, 8-9-1 again. And here comes Romo. For the appearance in the postseason, 0-1 record. 1 for 1 on saves, 250 averages right-handed batters, and a 500 averages left-handed batters. Here we go. It's Straw, Maldonado, and then Sprinter. Foul ball. The same 3 I was due up in the bottom of the 9th, and they came bad. Down the final out at 1 point down the final stretch. That's a ground ball over. Romo throw to first is in time. 1 down. That's how Straw got out the last time. Is this time this guy is 2 for 5 in the game. Here we go. Maldonado. That's a ground ball. So the 5-3 ground out, 6-3 ground out, 4-3 ground out to start the 9th and the 13th, and the Twins are 1 out away from going to the World Series. Here comes Sprinter, 3 for 6, and score the game tying run. Here we go. Addenda down their final strike. Then the Twins close it out, actually. That's a ground ball. This should do it. Polanco through to first. It's in time, and the Twins are going to the World Series for the first time since 1991. My goodness. And the Twins are going to the World Series for the first time since 1991. And they came out down 1-0 in the series against the Yankees, and down 1-0 in the series against the Astros. Congratulations to the American League champion, Minnesota Twins. And they move on to play the Braves in the World Series, and that's the team they played in their last World Series, which they won. And Rosario, their player who tied the game at 1, and then took the lead, and then, actually went 1-2-3. Romo again, it's a save in the Game 3 of the ALDS and Game 3 of the ALCS. My goodness, and it's Game 1 Thursday, Game 2 Friday, Game 3 Sunday, Game 4 Monday if there is one, and then Game 5 if there is one, or Game 5 Wednesday if there is one. Unbelievable. And obviously I'm not, but, and this is Rosario's home run. My goodness, it's, I believe maybe it's the win, and yeah. As the Twins win 3-2 over the defending AL champions, Houston Astros. Clippard is the win. Smith, Ty Clippard is the win. 1-0 on the postseason. Joe Smith it's the loss. 0-1. 0-1 on the postseason. Rowan is the save. It's second of the postseason. My goodness. Brantley, 3 straight singles by Sprinter, Altuve, and Brantley to tie the game. And the go-ahead RBI was that. I think it wasn't. I don't know if it was an RBI or not, but almost 2 hours 50 minutes to do 13 innings. I'm not sure they're saying Gonzalez got a RBI as no, they're saying he went 0 for 1 and saying it's not an RBI. As home run, Rosario, RBI, and Cruz and Rosario, and then double play. Arise 2, Rosario, Darver, and then Cruz. Pitching under Aaron Polanco is third of the post. And then Rizzi, Duffy, Rogers blew a save is third. May, and then Flipper got the win 1-0, and then Roman got the save. That was that was an insane game. And that wasn't in the center field. And you could say I could have sent him, and he probably would have been safe. But, and you might think I was bogus because I like the Twins. No, I wasn't. So, yeah. So, I'm filming this actually Monday. So, Tuesday, or Wednesday should be, No, I'm filming Sunday, not Sunday. So Tuesday should be Beaver Junior Rose Show. Wednesday actually NHL 20 Be a Pro, or whatever one I haven't done recently. The last NHL 20 video, whatever that was. I think that was a expansion draft franchise. So yeah, Be a Pro, NHL 20 Be a Pro on Wednesday. And they named one of the World Series on Thursday. Yeah. Oh, Dan, so much love and no board yet. Subscribe the like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Tell your mom, dad, grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about these videos. And you know what? I'm going to see you on episode number 17 of the MLB Show 20 Postseason Series. See you in episode number 17 and Ito on a Basin and Joe Twins.